Hello and welcome to Stitching with My Kitties, floss tube number 35. I'm Patty Penn and today is Sunday, 27 July 2025. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see and that you will consider subscribing and liking the video, and please share with all your friends. Also, hit the bell so that you'll know when I post a new floss tube. I typically film every other Sunday, and that's what I'm going to continue to do for the foreseeable future. Since I'm mostly a monogamous stitcher, I'm getting kind of away from it, partly because of Niecy Lynn and Judy, and partly because I haven't finished a few things and I needed to do something else for class. So we'll see how that goes. I'm still loving my stitching. I didn't really feel like stitching for a couple. Duke, look at you. Duke, don't claw the board. Thank you. See why I say he's our problem child? He is. And we had a thunderstorm come through about 2 o'clock this afternoon. He was under the bed in the master suite, and Dallas was under the stainless steel sink in the mudroom. They're terrified. So, and of course, Daisy May, it doesn't bother her. She just goes about doing whatever Daisy May does, including stealing my stuff. And I had just gone upstairs and found one of my acrylic stars, one of the red acrylic stars that I have scattered around upstairs in the bedroom on the floor. And I know who took it there, but I don't have proof. So, hello, Dallas. I don't know if he's going to get up on the table. Hey, you want to come say hello? He might come say hello. Can I pick you up? Why don't you come say hello? Come say hello. No? Okay. His brother's chasing him. Daisy May is on the ottoman in the family room watching the NASCAR race with her daddy. So, anyway, back to floss tube. Again, welcome back if you're a continuing subscriber, and thank you very much for your patronage. As you know, I'm in the office Monday through Thursday, and then I telework on Fridays. And it's been extremely busy for the last month or so. We really work hard, but we have a lot of fun. There's 4 advisors, and currently we have 1 assistant, but we're having a new assistant join the team on Friday, 1 August, so next Friday. And she's going to be a great addition. We are already cooking up some things to get the boys in their place. We had a great time at our client appreciation at the Nats game last Sunday. Of course, the Nationals lost 8-1. The first 4 batters up, there were the first 3 batters up, everybody was on base, and the 4th batter hit a grand slam. And then they hit 1 more run before the end of the 1st inning. So it was still fun because we got to visit with all the clients, and it really was enjoyable. And Damon and some of the old Broke Down Colonels Club have season tickets, and they split them. And Damon has a couple of night games that I'm thinking about going with him because I did enjoy it. Let's see, what else? I'm still learning how to do the UV resin. So I worked some yesterday and today to make some new things. So I'll show you a few things. Now, some of them I'm really happy with. Some of them I'm going to call them a failure. But I had to have a new kitty. This is going to be a floss ring. Getting a little bit of a, there you go. I think you can see it better now. And then this one is, I'm trying to decide. I don't know if that's a failure or if it's okay. This is just purple, chunky glitter made into a floss ring. This I'm going to call a failure. These are little micro balls, and they turned the resin pink. They're pink, but you can see it's, I don't know about this yet. I think that's a failure. Then I do like this one, my little kitty. Now this will be a zipper pull or a scissor fob. And I like this one. Again, a zipper pull or a scissor fob. I am just all thumbs today. There you go. Here's another one. I may, instead of having this on a floss ring, I may make that a zipper fob. Again, it's the chunky glitter, and I am pretty pleased with this. Another one of those pink micro balls. Now this one, the color is more consistent. So perhaps I should, as soon as I mix it up, go ahead and pour it into the silicone molds and go ahead and put it under the UV light. And then I kind of like this one. It's just a little flower and a little drop. And that could easily be made into a scissor fob rather than a floss ring. And I'll show you a couple more. I've got several more in here. Here's another kitty. I made this for my pink stitchy box that I want to make. So I've got a couple more kitties that I need to make a scissor fob and a zipper pull to go along with the floss ring. And another floral. I have the, it's not a ring light, it's just a light on my camera stand, and I had to turn it on bright since it's so overcast, and so that's why I'm getting such a glare when I hold things up. But this one's kind of hard to see, they're pink. And then here's one that's a green and a blue flower. So those have been interesting. I do like trying to learn more and more, and I do enjoy it. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. I've got a cruise coming up, and there's about 100 stitchers. I don't know if I have that many made, but I may use those as part of my table gifts, because I've got little wands that you run across the, well, these right here. Oops, didn't mean to hit the camera, sorry. These little wands to get the fibers after you have to frog. And some beeswax, and what else? Project cards and something, oh yeah, and the little, I love these little sponges that Jean Farish uses to run your floss through, especially if it's on bobbins. It really straightens it out. I'm sorry, Daisy Mae's sneezing and it's shaking the table, and therefore it's shaking the camera. Daisy Mae, you shouldn't sneeze, baby girl, or get on the floor if you're gonna do it. So, I've been enjoying doing the UV resin. So yeah, I FaceTimed with Niecy Lynn twice yesterday. We were FaceTiming early yesterday morning. It was like 5:30 her time, 6:30 my time. We were both up, and she was stitching and I had been stitching and was taking a break. And then we had a neighborhood cocktail party and hors d'oeuvres, and we got to talking about hats, men's hats, and if they should wear them indoors. Well, now if you have on a baseball hat, take the thing off. Just take it off when you enter the room or go through the door. I don't care where you are. Restaurant, mall, house, whatever, take it off. However, Cowboys don't take their hats off, for the most part. It used to bother me when we were first stationed at Fort Cavazos in Killeen, Texas, back in 1985, 86, 87, because Damon, of course, was military, and you never wore your hat indoors, and cowboys do. Well, when we got stationed at Fort Cavazos the second time, and I started listening to the country music stations, then I started liking cowboy hats and cowboy boots. Now, cowboy hats, most of them are Stetsons, and those are expensive. So I understand why they don't just put them down anywhere. But one of my neighbors and I got into a very friendly discussion as to when and if cowboys took their hats off. So I got Niecy Lynn on the phone, and she straightened it all out. You don't wear your cowboy hat in church. You don't wear your cowboy hat when you go out to a nice dinner, because those places have hat checks. You don't wear your cowboy hat to the funeral. So you hold it in your lap. It came straight from Niecy Lynn, and she grew up on a farm, so she knows. Her daddy was a rancher. Keely, her youngest, is a rancher and a farmer. So I trust her. Now, you probably noticed that I have some Band-Aids on two of my fingers. Damon just noticed when he walked by, an hour ago. He's like, "What'd you do your hands?" 2 weeks ago, I was trimming something with scissors, and I cut my knuckle. It didn't hurt. It bled a little bit, but it wasn't bad. So I didn't do anything about it. And Niecy Lynn's, "Well, why didn't you wash it out with Dawn soap and put your antibiotics on there?" So it's now red and swollen and very tender to the touch. So I have been doing what I was supposed to do according to Niecy, and I did put a Band-Aid over it so that the ointment would stay on there. Then yesterday, I was working on my stitchy boxes that I'm going to show you in a few minutes. And I'm very, very careful with my rotary cutters, very careful. The minute before they go onto the table, the blade is shut. I don't use the automatic ones. I have to manually click it or push the little close button, but it is always closed. Well, I was getting ready to cut a piece of fabric. The rotary cutter slipped out of my hand, hit the front of my finger at the base of the nail, and sliced it. It didn't hurt that much, but it bled a lot, and it's continuing to bleed and ooze. So I've been taking really good care of that because I don't want that one to get infected either. So live and learn. I got Happy Mail this week. I met LaDonna. Hi, LaDonna. She's from North Carolina too. She went to Chapel Hill. Go Tar Heels. At Stitch West weekend. Not Stitch West. Stitch Con in Cincinnati, Sharonville, weekend B. And she and I were talking, and she really liked my retreat mat. So I told her, give me your name and address, and I'll make one for you and send it to you. So she messages me. First off, she messaged me to thank me for it. She said she really liked it. Then she messaged me and saying, be on the lookout. There's a little something coming from me to you. And LaDonna, you didn't have to do that, but thank you so very much. That was just so thoughtful. And I got this sweet note, and look at this card. Is that a gorgeous, gorgeous sampler or what? And this is Southern Yankee Stitcher that must have produced these cards. Now, I also met Southern Yankee Stitcher. She's a friend of Dottie's, and I just drew a blank. I can't remember her name. She is the sweetest thing. And I think she lives in North Carolina too. Dottie, who am I thinking about? I know everybody's yelling at me. But anyway, I just love this card. So she sent me a couple of charts that she picked up at Stitch West on the free table. And her retreat mat I had made out of bee fabric. Look at what she sent me. Be Sturdy by Kathy Barrick. I should have taken it out of the bag, I'm sorry. And you know how crazy I am about bees. And then LaDonna knew that I was going on the Stitchers Escape cruise to Alaska. The first we sail on Sunday, 7 September out of Vancouver, BC. So she also sent me this. Now, this and this is from her, I think it must be her LNS. And it's Angel Wing Needle Arts. And I will try and remember to put, excuse me, while I dropped this one. I will try to remember and see if I can find a link to Angel Wing Needle Arts, because these are just so pretty. And we saw so many sea turtles while we were in the Galapagos when we were snorkeling. They were everywhere, all different sizes. So LaDonna, thank you so much. And she sent me a pen. And as soon as I saw this, I thought, I can make that into a needle minder. Well, in her note, she said, I thought maybe you could make a needle minder out of this. Now, this is Drink Cheerwine. If you're not from North Carolina, I doubt seriously that you know what cheerwine is, because I can't remember if you can only get it in North Carolina or if it's also available in South Carolina. We had several soda pops, Cheerwine and Sundrop. Now, Sundrop was made in my hometown, Concord, but I think Coke may have bought Sundrop, but I still don't think, we can't get it up here. And we didn't think we could get Cheerwine up here, but my husband went to Wegmans and found Cheerwine Zero and bought me a 4-pack, and I'm rationing them. I've had one a week because they're so good. So I still have 2 left. So I'll probably have one this afternoon after I finish filming. So LaDonna, thank you again. That was just so kind of you. Now, let's look at my book of days. And let me go to July. I've written in it more than normal, which I'm happy with. This, remember, is a little card from my sweet friend Judy. Hey, Judy. Judy, I sent you an email this morning because I hadn't talked to you in a while. So I did have some issues with Jesse Challenor towards the end of the week. Let's see. Yeah, back here. And I'll tell you more about it. But I'm really enjoying my book of days. Now, if you do a planner of any kind and know of where you can get some nice stickers specifically for like the book of days or stitching, would you leave me a comment, because I would really like to get some. Now, I have a lot of stickers. I was a scrapbooker and a card maker, so I do have stickers, but I would like some a little more geared to the planners now. Now, yesterday I started 2 new Stitchy boxes, and I finished them both today. So I want to show you. This is the first one. Violas are my birth flower. My husband and I were both born in February, and it's just in a white box. and then this is the inside. I got my little lavender frog, my little sponge, just some little things just to fill up the box. And as you can tell, a pair of scissors, a zipper pull, a scissor fob, a little brush to get rid of the little fuzzy flosses. And unfortunately, the divider here covered up the heart. But I'm really pleased with this. I think it turned out cute, and you know, I've been making these little pin cushions. It's just a wooden bowl with a wool felted ball, and I just try to find matching pins to put in there. So that's, and Niecy Lynn started putting the buttons over the little jewelry hangers. So, of course, you know, I had to copy her. You know, she can't have something that I'm not doing since she got me down this rabbit hole anyway. And then here is my other one. Now, I mentioned that I wanted to make a lavender one because my sweet friend Ann's the one that stitched Peace on Earth for me. Well, when I saw her in October, she gave me this knitted and beaded little purse, and I knew that I had to make a stitchy box around that. So I have that, and the pins, again, just some little filler, couple of things, my little rabbit, some counting pins, some floss drops, just all sorts of things. And this is one of the, I think it's made out of conch shell. So just fun things to sit by my stitchy chair. Actually, it's the end of this sofa, my stitchy spot, because it just makes me happy. Oh, and I forgot to point out that I put ladybugs here. Those were the mascots for my sorority, Zeta Tau Alpha at UNC Charlotte. So I was a Zeta and Damon was a Lambda Chi. So I had so much fun making those. And for the cruise, I want to make my pink one because, you know, I got those two fox and rabbit mother of pearls. And one of them was a front and a back, and I put the pink wool between the two. So I want to make a pink box to go to take on my cruise with me, because I typically, well, I have always taken the stitchy box that Niecy Lynn made for me that got me down this rabbit hole last summer. She brought it to me at StitchCon, and it is packed perfectly. And all I have to do is pick it up, and I have everything that I need. So I'll probably take that one too, but just to, while we're in class and stuff, just to have something cute around me, I'm gonna do the pink one, I'm sure, because that's my favorite color. And then of course, purple or lavender or violet is second. It is a close second, but pink is number one. Virginia, thank you for suggesting 1, 2, 3 stitch for the sticky board. I had forgotten that you had recommended me go there until I was preparing for this floss tube. I used some off-brand that I got on Amazon. It is a little thicker. It's a little more difficult to cut, but not, I used my knife and my little hobby knife and my quilting ruler to cut the straight lines, and then I just curved the edges with my scissors. I could not cut it with just the scissors like on the regular sticky board. But one side was sticky, the other wasn't. And I always put a layer of batting before I cover the board, so it's fine. Well, hello, Miss Kitty. I thought she was going to get up so everybody could see her, but she ran. So, Virginia, again, thank you for that recommendation, and I am going to check them out. So, I've mentioned the upcoming cruise. That's the Stitcher's Escape cruise with Jean Farish on Celebrity Cruises. We leave out of Vancouver, BC, which is one of Damon and my favorite cities. So we're going to go up a few days early and spend some time. We like to stay downtown and do some shopping and just enjoy the hotel and the surroundings. And we've stayed at the same hotel on the same floor for, I don't know, this might be our 5th time, because we've been to Alaska so many times. Now, sometimes when we've gone to Alaska, we've left out of Seattle also. But every time that we've been, there's been a seagull that sits outside of our room. Now, I know it's not the same seagull, and you're not supposed to feed the seagulls. However, they normally have salmon on the breakfast buffet. So we give Seagull Sally a little bit of fish. Don't tell anybody. But it's so funny. But one time I thought the bird was going to come in. We had to close the door. Not close the door, close the window. But we really enjoy Vancouver. So on the ship, I'm taking 3 classes. I'm taking a Biscornu finishing class from Jean Farish. So we have to have the Biscornu completely stitched, both front and back, and the outline, the back stitch outline, so that we can finish it in class. Then I'm taking a really cute needlebook class. It's a needlebook finishing class with Karen of Fox and Rabbit. Now, I haven't gotten that kit yet. They're supposed to be going out sometime, maybe in the next week or 2. I'm not sure why we haven't gotten it yet. But Karen promises that there's not a lot of stitching. And I don't think there's a front and a back, so that makes it easier. And then I'm taking a Design Your Own Sampler class given by Bryn, her husband. And there's no stitching with that one, but we are to bring colored pencils to design our samplers. So I'm looking forward to that, because you know how I've gotten where I love, love, love stitching samplers. So that is that's the upcoming cruise. And again, we leave on the 7th of September. And then Damon and I come back to the U.S. A week from that Monday. We're staying overnight one more night because of the flights. We couldn't get a flight out, so it was too early. Now, you know, I've been working on Jesse Challenor almost monogamously, except for when I went to StitchCon, of course. And I thought I would get her finished before the end of July. That was my goal, so that I could take her, Peace on Earth, and We the People to the framers. However, I had to frog. Again. Twice again. And I'll show you what all I had to take out when I get to my whips. Now, when I finish her, which probably won't be until maybe even after we get back from Alaska, I want to get back to my doing some of the smalls for my 13 for the 250th SAL that's put on by the Disorderly Stitcher, Nancy, and Nancy with the Laughing Face. I think that's the second lady. I think that's her handle. So I want I've got them all pulled. I showed them last time, so I'm not going to show you my 13 that I want to stitch, but I'll show you the one that I was working on. Christy, the saltwater stitcher, has a new floss tube up. Make sure you go over and check it out. And I meant to print out her 3 new patterns. One's hibiscus, one is cat or kitten, and the other is Tahiti. I may have shown pictures last time, I don't remember, but make sure you go over and check out her latest floss tube. I will link it in the class or in the show notes below. Dottie, Stitch and Scotty, and I think Niecy Lynn and I are going to have, we'll be hosting a new SAL. It will start Monday, 15 September. And it is going to be the hashtag 1776 Liberty Eagle. And this is by Screen Door Needleworks. I will link her below. Dottie's just going to call the attic because they have a silk conversion. I downloaded the PDF, but I think I'm just going to call them, have them kit up the linen and the silk for me. I think I'll just use 40 count. I don't think I'm going to do it on 46, although I'm pretty sure the attic's finished piece is on 46. It's beautiful. So that is, I will try to remember and put the attic's phone number in the link below, or not link, the show notes below, as well as Screen Door Needleworks, because you can, if you want to kit it yourself, the called for are overnights, weeks, and I think gas. There's 2, but it's either weeks, gas, and Classic Colorworks. So you could easily kit it yourself. But at Screen Door Needleworks website, you can either get a paper pattern or a PDF. Now, since I have learned to use Pattern Keeper, I prefer PDFs because it's so much easier for me to figure out where I left off. But that's, that's whatever works for you. So again, it's hashtag 1776 Liberty Eagle. And please, if you are stitching along with us, tag Dottie, Stitch and Scotty, tag me. I'm PattyPen4 on Instagram, and tag Niecy Lynn. She's Niecy Lynn. Then Niecy and I are also going to do a Christmas SAL. We're going to start this on December the 1st, and it's a cat and a cardinal SAL. A cat and a cardinal SAL will begin 1 December. Now, I have this pattern, Misty, who is the genius behind Happiness Is Heartmade, has sent me this pattern as a giveaway. I'm not going to give this one away this time. I do have 2 other patterns. I'm going to save this probably until late September or October. But again, if you're going to stitch with us, and Misty's going to stitch along with us too, I believe. Misty, I emailed you today too so that we can try to get a coordinating day to have lunch together. So it's a cat and that's A-N-D, not the ampersand. A cat and cardinal SAL. Then I had one of the charts, I had 4 charts that I had up for shares 2 weeks ago, and 3 of them have not been claimed. So the first one is Acorn Alphabet. Again, Misty sent me all of these patterns to share with you, And I will link Happiness Is Heartmade below. And the keyword was acorn, and there is the winner. Now, if this is not claimed by the Saturday before my next floss tube, let me give you that date. So the 3 winners that didn't claim theirs, so if it's not claimed by Saturday, 9 August, I will put these back for someone else to get a share. So that Saturday, 9 August, I will put it back in. So, and the winner of this one was Jane to Fall Trade 65. And I did list those in floss tube number 34 in the show notes. So go and check it out if you think you may have won. And then we had Shannon's Garden Square. I love the colors in this by Happiness Is Heartmade. And the keyword was garden. And the winner, you can see it there. And I'm going to try to pronounce everything correctly, but please, I apologize up front. And it's at Billy Jowing Fogel Songer 6149. And finally, from Needlecraft Corner, now if you want one of these and you didn't win it, you can call Dreama at Needlecraft Corner. I will link her below too. I'll give you her phone number. Well, actually, she has a pretty good website too, but I will link that because this, again, is an exclusive just for Needlecraft Corner, and it's called Freedom and Liberty by Stitches by Ethel. Hi, Ethel. It was so good talking to you the other night. Ethel has some really cute patterns. She's been doing sneak peeks for Needlework Market, and I would have been commenting on them. And she gave me a call, and she told me the story behind chicken and waffles. Waffles is the donkey. I can't wait. And I told Niecy Lynn that I wanted a donkey, and she said she did too, and she told Keely to get a donkey, and he said no. Donkey doesn't have anything to do with the business. It just eats. Doesn't bring in any profit. So I told her, Keely is the consummate businessman, but to tell him that I wanted a donkey too, although I want a miniature one. I want a miniature donkey. I think they're adorable. So the keyword was free for this one, and it's signed by Ethel, and that goes to Bonnie Costiboon 977. So again, all of those were listed in floss tube number 34 in the show notes. So I have 2 new shares this week, and I love them both. Oh my gosh. The first is Lovebird Bouquet from Happiness Is Heartmade. And again, the colors are just beautiful, and it's charted in DMC. So the keyword is bird. Bird. And then the second, and you're going to know why I love it, Daisy Mae. She's shaking the table. I apologize. Excuse me, I apologize. This one is You Belong to Meow. Cats and bees. What could be better? Nothing, nothing. Well, maybe chocolate. The keyword is meow. So, good luck if you're interested in You Belong to Meow or Lovebird Bouquet. So, and if you're a previous winner, Daisy Mae, she's getting in my stitchy box. That's not yours. Yes, I'm fussing. Yes. Here, do you want to see the people? No? Okay. Well, move on out. Move on. Go that way or come back. So email me, pattypen199@msn.com, if you're a winner. Now, if you leave a comment for either of today's shares, please do not say giveaway prize, all the things that you know you're not supposed to say, because we don't want the bots coming after us. You must be 18 years old so that you can legally give me your mailing address. And please be a subscriber and like this floss tube. So I do have, oh, Lori, hello, Lori. I hope you're having a great summer. We need to message one another. And Jan, I sent you a text photo of my little bunny pillow in the bunny bowl, and I don't know if you got it or not. If you did, just let me know or I can resend it. That was I showed that last time or 2 times ago, that Leanne made me the little bunny pillow that I just love so much. So and make sure you check out Jan and Ashley's floss tube. They are, we stitch and we know things, and they're both beautiful stitchers. So I have 3 whips to show you, 1 FFO, and then just a little bit of haul. So the first whip is, excuse me, is from Little Robin Designs, Little Liberties, and the first one I started is 1776. I will want to do all 3 of them. They're charted in Weeks Dye Works Navy and Classic Colorworks Hollyberry, and I'll hold it up, but it's all mushed together. I keep all of my 13 for 250th SAL patterns in this project bag that I made. And this is the thread bed. And then I have my little zipper pull. And then, of course, I have to have the scissors and the matching fob. And then here is my progress on the first one. So it's stitching up really quickly. I'm stitching this on 40 count white Verdal, and I'm loving it. So I look forward to finishing up this maybe before Thanksgiving. Then I'm working on my Lady Elizabeth's favorite accessories. Now, Jean sent us the patterns for all 4, the Biscornu, the thread keep, the scissor fob, and the needle book. We're doing the Biscornu for class. So, and I made a new project bag to go with Lady Elizabeth, and I bet you know where I got this fabric. Yeah, it's the same fabric that I used for my stitchy boxes. Then here's the little Ort container. Let me snap it together here. My little Ort container. My thread bed. My scissors with the scissor fob. These are the Luscious Cosmo colors. I had never stitched with Cosmo before. And then here's my progress. So I had to frog a little bit of this before I went upstairs this morning, but these are definitely my colors. I think this is beautiful. I'm stitching this 2/2 on 32 count linen, And Jean told us what the linen was, but I can't remember, and I can't find where I put the information on the linen. So that has been a lot of fun. I started that on Friday. Now here's Jessie again. First off, I had frogged the entire bottom border because I just couldn't live with it not being correct. And then I had already stitched this. Then I came down and I did this star, and then I started with the rest of the wording for Jessie across the bottom. I was off one. I was up one stitch. No, two. It will be one stitch, but 2 holes. I was off, and this ended up above. So I frogged all that off, and then I had to come over here and figure out why it didn't line up. Because this side lined up perfectly. This side I thought did, but it didn't. I found the mistake, so I frogged it. So that was Thursday and Friday morning is all I did was frog. And I was pretty irritated with myself. So I'll get back to Jessie when I get back to her. And we won't be talking about Tanzania at the end of this video because it's already 46 minutes in. So, and I just have a little bit of haul, so not too much longer. Thank you very much for sticking with me. And then I did finish this. I don't think I showed it before. It's my sew bag. I'm going to use this along with Stitcher's Gonna Stitch by Primrose Cottage. It also is stitched on the charcoal gray mesh bag. So I'll use this as the notions pouch. And I need to get some more Jabco buttons to put on Stitcher's Gonna Stitch. I think that'll be cute. So, like I said, there's not a lot of haul. I'm sure a lot of y'all went to Midsummer Stitch that was put on by Lindy Stitches. And I got a little bit at the one before, Spring Fling or Nash Dash. I don't remember. It was one or the other. She had on her site a lotion bar, Bee's Knees. Okay, so that would have been Spring Mingle because Kathy did the Bee's Knees little mattress, kind of an alternative mattress finish pincushion. And it's by Hive and Holler. And this, if you like a lotion bar, I think you will really like the lotion bar from Hive and Holler. These bars are a little softer than, Daisy May is sitting on my lap. I can't show you. She is sitting on one leg. Anyway, these bars are a little softer, so you get a little more of the lanolin and other ingredients, and I wish we had smell-o-vision because this Bee's Knees is scrumptious. I had gone to Hive and Holler's website, and I ordered 2 more. Now, I've already used up all my Bee's Knees from Spring Fling, so I needed 2 more because I didn't know that Steph of Lindy Stitches was going to be carrying this regularly. So you can go to Lindy Stitches or you can go to Hive and Holler. I think they're $8 a bar. Then I got one that's lavender. Fabulous. And I got fresh lilacs. Now, I did not get these from Summer, what was that called? Summer Stitch? Doesn't matter. I did get another jar of Bee's Knees. I got the Putini pins because I just love this moth. is gorgeous. And I did get the White Winter Moth by Kathy Barrett. This is I got it on PDF from Steph. And I got Midsummer Stitch is what it was called. And then here is the Midsummer Moth, which was, she charted this after she came up with the t-shirts and tote bags and everything. And it's just beautiful. And I will stitch, I don't know if I'll stitch it on black, but maybe navy. And I did pick up 3 pieces of fabric. Now, Brandy of Bestitch Me came out with Midsummer. So I got 40 count linen because, you know, I'm trying to get my linen stash going. And that is very true. That color is coming across very true on my camera. It's a very nice linen. It's Weigart based and it's beautiful. So I got that one. And then from Fiber on a Whim, I got Hydrangea. And again, that's really the color. Yeah, and it's beautiful. And I think I'm getting a good color pickup by the camera because it's still overcast. And then I got Plum. And both of these from Fiber on a Whim are 40 count linen. And they are Zweigart based also. I've got a fat quarter of each. Then from Fat Quarter Shop, they have their Fiber on a Whim 25% off through the end of July. Now, if you're wanting 40 count, a lot of it is picked over, but I did pick up 3 pieces. And this is a Fiber on a Whim, Newcastle linen, and it's heather. So it's a purplish with gray modeling. And I don't know, this may be Zweigart based also. So there's a lot of modeling there, but there's not a lot on the other end. So I have a lot of possibilities with this one. And I like it because it surged around all the edges. And then I got a fat quarter of Newcastle linen, and this is steel. And it's a gray with a green tone. See the green tones in there? Really pretty. Really pretty. And then lastly, I got a fat quarter of Edinburgh linen Fiber on a Whim raspberry, 40 count. And again, it is Zweigart based. It's pretty close to the color of my polo. So, and I did not have, if you can believe it or not, the Primrose Cottage Stitches A, B, C. So that will go with the rest of my B stuff. I have a lot of B stuff. I like B's. So, I think that's all. I hope you have a great 2 weeks. Don't forget to subscribe and like and hit the bell. Please enter the share for the 2 Happiness Is Heartmade charts. The You Belong to Meow, keyword meow, and Lovebird Bouquet, keyword bird. So, until, let's see, when do I film again? In 2 weeks. I think it's the 9th. I think it's August 9. August 9 is where, if the 3 previous winners have not contacted me, I'll put those back in for the drawing. So please respond by the 9th. And then my next floss tube number, I think it's 36, will be filmed on Sunday, 10 August. I hope you have a great 2 weeks. Happy stitching. Take care. Bye.